I'm fully expecting to be told about it. I did ratios.
He did ratios and like calculated.
Okay, so we're going to dive into our first case. Mr. Duskin? Mr. Duskin, let's look on page 1. Mr. Duskin, what is the most important fact on page 1?
Price being paid?
Okay, the price. Price is important. So it's $77 a share. We're going to come back to that. It's a 2-tiered coercive tender offer. They got the votes on the first tier. They're going to do the second tier. Those are all important, but Mr. Duskin, that is not the most important thing on page 1. So you get to take another stab at it. What's the most important thing on page 1? Mr. Jacobs, go ahead.
So JT already has enough common shares. Basically, the vote doesn't matter.
JT already has the votes. That leads to an interesting question, Mr. Jacobs. If they already have the votes, why do they have this very long document? And again, I've been very kind and just given you excerpts. Mr. Jacobs, if they already have the votes, why do they bother sending out a 250-page document?
I guess it would be a matter of law, maybe?
Yes, it's a matter of law. Mr. Druskin, you're getting closer. That's important, but it's not the most important thing on page 1. Who could tell me the most important thing on page 1?
The board is already unanimous.
No, so we know they've got the votes. They've stacked the board. It's their buddies, right?
The vote's going to be on November 5th.
Well, you're getting warmer. Mr. Hakayem, it's warm.
The date?
The date! The date, what's the date?
Oh, wow. 16th October.
October 16th of 1987. This was the Friday before Black Monday, October 19th, 1987. Now, some of you, I'm not going to ask whether some of you might not even have been alive on that date. I was certainly alive. I was working at Drexel Burnham Lambert. So this was, for most of you, still today, the largest stock market crash in your lifetime. And so, among other things, this was the worst timed leveraged buyout in U.S. history. Gotta put that full face because that's what they're eventually going to pay off. Ryan, should we add these warrants in, 15 million? Let's throw it in. It's a rounding error. Ms. Marquez, is that it?
Yeah, for the debt, yeah.
Well, for the debt, for sure. Ms. Marquez, was this a no money down transaction for the brothers?
I'm sorry?
Was this a no money down transaction for the brothers? They put some equity in, right? And it's right there on page 60. How much common equity did they put in? Ms. Marquez, on page 60, how much equity did the brothers put in?
2 million.
No.
200. Sorry.
200 million. So we see that number, $200 million of common equity.
It's the whole experience of an MBA. It's not just the things you learn in school, it's also the people that you meet. I knew that part of business school was studying, but also a very important part is the network. And I loved it. I fell in love from the very beginning.